Welcome everyone to today's webcast, What to Expect During a Workplace Safety Platform Installation. Today we are going to discuss what to expect before, during, and after a workplace safety platform installation. We will also touch on some of the ways to have a seamless installation and avoid some of the common costly implementation and deployment mistakes. Just a brief intro on me. My name is Dennis Calixterio, and I am the VP of Field Operations and QA at React Mobile. I have been with React Mobile since 2018 and successfully installed and deployed our product in over 100 properties throughout that time. First, let's talk about the pre-installation. Introduction to the field operations team, where we discuss the kickoff call with pertinent staff and anybody on site that will be part of the deployment. We also discuss the on-site deployment process and go over the plan with the team. And we also answer any questions that you may have prior to our arrival on site. We will also be coordinating travel, scheduling the deployment for your property for any time that you guys have that will work best for you and your team. We'll also discuss our on-site timeline and go over the plan of how long it will take for the deployment to take place. We'll also go over our arrival expectations, which means we'll coordinate with the on-site point of contact for a meeting time to start the project prior to arrival, and then also confirm product has arrived and also hand off that product to the field tech. Next, we'll discuss the arrival of our installation technicians, what to expect to have the process go smoothly on both ends, point of contact, available rooms, etc. First, we'll meet with the point of contact, go over the installation process with them, confirm the deliverables like a room list, 3x3 testing grid, vacant ready, vacant dirty rooms, and also confirm a chaperone if needed to gain access to those rooms. At that point, we would also be able to answer any questions that you have, discuss with the point of contact of where the beacons will be placed, and ensure that everybody is comfortable with that process moving forward while we're on site. At that point, we will also hand over, or the POC will hand over the product that was delivered and hand that to the technician to be able to confirm and also audit the product that was delivered. Next, we'll discuss what goes on during the installation. Before setting the beacons permanently, we will conduct testing to ensure that the beacon placement has adequate room coverage and accurate readings when an alert is triggered. Once we finalize the location of the beacon placements, we will discuss that location with the point of contact to ensure that they are satisfied with the location of those beacons moving forward. We also test cellular coverage throughout the property to determine which carrier will work best on your property if you select the LTE button as your solution. Once the beacon location has been identified and agreed to by the property, we will deploy the beacons via 3M very high bond adhesive. Our process go as such. We will first access the vacant available rooms. Next, we'll move on to the guest occupied rooms with no do not disturbs with a chaperone. And then we will also go through the D&D do not disturb guest rooms when we can get access to those rooms with a chaperone. And last, we go through the common areas if you choose to cover those areas as well to place beacons in those locations. This is an example of how easy it is to install our Bluetooth beacon. As you can see, there is no hard wiring, no drilling, and we don't touch your infrastructure at all. Towards the end of the deployment, we can conduct in-person training for you and your staff and offer remote training if we miss someone during our on-site deployment. After your installation is completed, your workplace safety solution is set up, and you've received on-site in-person training as well. You will receive a post-deployment email from our technician that includes the number of beacons deployed, devices configured, install plan, and links to our knowledge base. You will also be eligible for any follow-up training sessions, health checks, support, and future updates to our safety platform. You'll be introduced to one of our client success managers who will be your point of contact moving forward and will be available for any questions that you may have in the future. Now let's pivot and discuss some of the common costly mistakes during implementation. First up is coverage. There's beacon coverage. This is important because the location of the beacon may not cover the entire room because of where the placement is. Our install team will identify locations that will be optimal placement to cover the entire space. Next is LTE coverage. During our testing, we ensure that we have the best carrier chosen for your property by testing on the floors and hotspots inside of the guest rooms and common areas that are identified by the property as needing coverage. Next is the site survey. This is not really a mistake and more so a best practice. A site survey ensures that our platform will be viable for your property, and it's helpful because other companies will have you install beacons with your staff who may not have the bandwidth or knowledge to have a successful installation. Our knowledgeable technicians will be able to come in and create an installation plan to identify where the beacon location is and ensure that you have adequate cellular coverage at your site as well. No time is wasted finding out after the fact that a product you signed up for does not work for you. Hotels that take advantage of next-gen panic buttons are taking an integral step to protect their brand, their business, and their people. Before selecting a panic button platform, we suggest looking for the following features and services. First is silent alarm. Call for help without escalating the gravity of a nervous situation and appropriate for use in an enclosed area. Next is a verified response, where our buttons have a visual confirmation that lets you know that help is on the way. Then we have instant activations, where people are notified of an alert within seconds. Up fourth is confidential operation, where privacy is a top concern for us, and we do not track your employee's position until an alert is engaged. Next is minimal footprint. Our beacons are hidden out of sight from guests and staff, which also saves you a room outlet. Next is extensive battery life. Our solution has a long battery life with easily replaceable batteries. Next is easy to install. As we have been discussing during this webcast, it's a hassle-free install. No drilling holes, no running cables, no setting up gateways or servers. Lastly is support. You will get a dedicated client success team and access to our knowledge base. And that's it. Thanks again for tuning into today's webcast on what to expect during a workplace safety installation. If you have any questions or would like a free demo quote, please contact us at sales@reactmobile.com or visit our website www.reactmobile.com. Thanks and have a great rest of your day.